off to a 2-0 start in Ivy competition, but 6 of those wrestlers could be facing a ranked opponent next Saturday against Cornell. And so with that huge matchup looming, Princeton looks to stay in strong form and make it 3-0 in Ivy League competition. We are, though, going to begin at 125. And, well, for Harvard, Diego Sotelo's ranked, but he did not weigh in today. And instead, the Crimson will try to lean on the likes of Isaiah Adams, a sophomore, who fell by the way of Penn earlier today against Penn. As you see, the lead man for Harvard. And, again, it's been, for these two programs, great success in recent years, but for Jay Weiss, a lot has changed in the starting lineup. He had 7 different appearances in the NCAA tournament over the last 2 years by 5 different wrestlers, and none of those 5 are hitting the mat today. Meanwhile, Joe Dubuque, second year as the head coach after a long time, after being an assistant and associate head coach here at Princeton. But this Tigers team is rolling in good form as of late. They've outscored their last 6 duels opponents 201-49, and if you include the final 3 matches of the previous duel before that against West Virginia, Princeton has won 50 of its last 63 in duels competition. And so Princeton will try to keep that going against Harvard, who's looking for its first duels win of 2025 as we are underway. And Marc Anthony McGowan coming off already his 6th tech fall of the season, won 19-4 against Brown in just under 5 minutes, going up again against a sophomore Isaiah Adams, who, well, so far it's been limited this year, had open competition at F&M, Franklin and Marshall, that is, and then got the earlier duels action in today. Gallup will get the quick 3, and Pat, we may see what we saw in the first match, takedown, quick cut loose, and going right back at it.
Yeah, Marc looks really comfortable out there, and it's been really good to see him get in form and just, let loose and go out there and put on a show. All these guys seem to be kind of freeing up and just wrestling loose. It's been really fun to watch, and we'll see how Marc, fares here after we talked about this earlier, but a long break, and he's coming out here turning up and having a lot of fun so far.
It is a little bit different than the average tournament in the sense of, okay, well, you're going to get ready rather quickly for your next match, but this is almost as if you're going from session 1 to session 2, which does happen in those big tournaments in March. And so perhaps a way to prepare for that in a sense, get yourself calmed down after one match and then begin the process back up.
No, for sure. It's a great point. It's great practice for that kind of stuff, right? You in these tournament settings, you have to have these long breaks, and it's a matter of how you. Oh no.
McGowan going down here, and this is absolutely not what you want to see here. He had to work his way back from injury. Didn't see action until Midlands. Gonna take a look at this. That was that rip down, and
anything non-contact is not what you want to see. I hope he's all right, man.
And that situation, tough to see if that was when he was being ripped down or when he was going to the mat.
I suffered, pretty bad stinger in my national finals my junior year, and it's not fun. It took me a while to kind of get back from it. I hope it's something like that and not something more serious, because obviously you never want to see that. He looks like he's up and going to continue to wrestle, but man, injuries are so tough.
Yeah, in a situation like this, glad to see him be able to continue here, but then obviously it's going to become a process of monitoring moving forward with obviously eyes on the IvyLeague championships, which again will be here at Jadwin Gym March 9th. So that's still obviously 5 weeks away. As the choice out of the injury stoppage goes to Adams and is a quick cut loose. Now for Princeton, they do have Ethan Rivera, who was ranked earlier this year at 125, so he's certainly capable. McGowan gets 3 more. He's looking for a mat return. And for now, that'll cut away any concerns.
Yeah, I'm really glad that he's all right, honestly, more so than anything. Obviously, you never want to see injuries of any sort in the sport. It's, you know, unfortunate, but obviously, you know, toughing it out here and finding a way to score more points. It's great to see. And, you know, Adams, again, getting his quick escape there. We'll see if he's able to do the same thing here with 30 seconds left in the first period.
And again, he's in a tough spot. This is the second-ranked wrestler that he has faced today. And, again, anytime your name is called up, you got to get going. Diego Sotelo, we were eager to see possibly 2 ranked matchups for him. He was unable to weigh in today, and so Adams getting the call in a very tough spot, but he's going to continue to battle here. Short time running out in the first period, and McGowan, despite the injury stoppage, in control, leading 9-3. And we'll see how this first choice goes. But again, you can see Marc Anthony McGowan. He is so explosive, so quick, so strong, and many different moves in his bag.
Yeah, scoring from a lot of different positions, and obviously coming off that injury time, you know, giving up a choice of position, finding a way to score with a nice go-behind takedown.
Well, he will begin on top. He moved to 12-2 on the season with the earlier tech fall, 6-0 in duels, earning Princeton 29 points in those 6 wins, including 4 tech falls and a pin. So you talk about this Princeton team, which has been rolling in the last 6 duels after early in the season having a lot of very tough opponents. 5-1 in their last 6 after a 2-5 start, but you're talking a trio of Big Ten opponents and 1 Big East opponent in that span. Adams getting the escape to make it 9-4, and much as you don't want to see anybody injured, if you're Adams, that might actually give you a little bit more impetus to say, hey, keep going at him. If he's feeling a little off, put that extra pressure on him.
Yeah, no, for sure. Obviously, like, you want to stay in this match as much as you can. It's 9-4, but a takedown puts you right back in it. So here's a huge portion of the match for both wrestlers to see, you know, who's going to kind of establish themselves in this match. As you see him down, quick takedown. Really well done. He's scored from so many different positions in this match. It's been very impressive, his diversity and switching up his offense, turning defense into offense, etc. So it's been very cool to watch.
So that's already his 4th takedown. At one point was the #1 recruit in the nation in September 2019. His final national ranking was 11th by Flow Wrestling in the class of 2023. Took a gap year last year. Again, did not have his Princeton debut until the 2024 Midlands Championships, in which he finished 6-2, 5th place at 125. But both of those losses to ranked opponents, and overall now 3-2 against ranked foes this season. He's in control through 2 periods. And that riding time point almost locked in at 2.5 minutes as we look at a replay of that 4th takedown.
Yeah, second double he's hit today. First takedown of the match was a nice low double, you know, kind of snatched that ankle on the right side. Really well done. He's been looking very good as of late.
He will begin on bottom. Well, he turned this into 2 instead of getting 1. And he will. It's a reversal to make it 14-4. Not hearing much yet from the Princeton bench in regards to cutting loose Adams, but eventually McGowan, well, I do think he's a lot more comfortable with this pace. Neutral position, he can get you in so many different ways, so why not rack up the takedowns?
Yeah, and you've seen him kind of like misdirection, right, taking one way, going the other. He just looks confident. He looks really confident, and he's starting to kind of get used to this environment here and competing. It's been It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, obviously coming in so highly touted, you know what he has, but you just have to get the application and the reps in, and that's the case for McGowan. Another takedown. Adams with the escape. 27 the score. Adams moved out. That is another stall, so it'll be a point for McGowan. So 21-7 the score, but really at this point, it's another takedown and a tech fall, and there's about a minute left. So Adams has a tough challenge ahead of him.
Yeah, one thing I've seen out of the Tigers today and in the past couple matches is they've been getting the level changes really well. As you see, a nice takedown to finish the match there. Well done by McGowan to get his hand raised with a 5-point victory for the team and starting it off stronger for the Tigers. But they've just been very flowy. They've been level changing a lot, making it really tough on guys to get their timing down, and you're seeing it pay off in dividends.
So Marc Anthony McGowan, despite the injury scare, will improve to 13-2 on the season, 24-7 to earn the tech fall in 6 minutes and 15 seconds.